The same house can cost you well over $100,000 less in Edmonton than it does in Calgary. That's not a typo. And that's not the whole story either, because Calgary genuinely beats Edmonton on a few things that matter, and I'm going to give Calgary every one of those wins on screen, fair and square. I live and work on the Edmonton side, but this is the honest scorecard. 5 rounds, real 2026 numbers, so you can decide which city is actually right for you. I am Nathan Richter, a licensed real estate agent serving St. Albert and the Greater Edmonton area. I've spent 25 years on the construction side of real estate, custom home building, renovations, and currently I'm running a restoration company that handles new home warranty work and condo restoration, not only in Edmonton, but in Calgary. So when I compare these two cities, I'm bringing both the agent's lens and the builder's lens to it, what your money actually buys and what you're actually getting for it. So let's get into it. Here's how this works. 5 rounds, housing and cost of living, jobs in the economy, lifestyles and amenity, weather, and getting around. I'm going to award each round to a city based on the actual data, and at the end we'll tally it up, and I'll tell you, honestly, which should be picked. No cherry picking. If Calgary's better at something, I'll say so. Round 1, housing and the cost of living. And this is Edmonton's strongest round by a mile. So let me give you the real May 2026 numbers. As of May 2026, typical benchmark home in Edmonton runs around $432,000. In Calgary, about $570,000. That's roughly a $138,000 difference. Calgary is about 30% more expensive for the equivalent home. Same province, same kind of house, $138,000 apart. It shows up in the detached homes especially. A typical detached house in Calgary benchmarks near $750,000. In Edmonton, you're paying well under that for a comparable space. Rent's the same story. A 1-bedroom in Edmonton averages a few $100s a month less than in Calgary, and the 2-bedroom gap is even wider. Across the board, day-to-day cost of living in Edmonton runs around 10 to 13% lower than Calgary. Now, in fairness to Calgary, its property tax rate is actually a touch lower than Edmonton's. But here's the thing that rate alone hides. Because Edmonton homes are assessed at so much less, the actual tax bill you pay each year often comes out comparable, or even lower in Edmonton. So even the one line where Calgary looks cheaper mostly washes out once you do the real math. Here's the builder's lens piece, and it's the part that actually matters for your life. That price gap isn't just a smaller mortgage, it's more house, it's a brand new build with modern insulation and efficiency for the price of an older home in Calgary. It's the difference between renting longer and actually owning. For a first-time buyer or family, Edmonton is simply the easier place in Alberta to get into a home, and a better built one for the money. Round 1, Edmonton, and it's not even close. Round 2, jobs in the economy. And this is where I have to be fair to Calgary, because Calgary earns some real points here. Start with income, because it's the honest headline. Calgary's median household income runs higher than Edmonton's by roughly $8,000 a year, according to the last census. That's largely because Calgary is the head office city, the big oil and gas corporate headquarters, finance, and a tech sector that's been booming, adding jobs and investment faster than almost anywhere in the country. Calgary is also growing faster overall with a bigger metro population, around 1.8 million to Edmonton's 1.7. If your career is in the corporate energy, finance, or tech, Calgary has more of those head office jobs. Straight up, that's a Calgary win. So where does Edmonton answer back? Stability. Edmonton is the provincial capital. Government, the University of Alberta, the Alberta Health Services, the single largest employer in the province, anchor this economy. Add the refining and petrochemical work out in Alberta's industrial heartland, the biggest industrial region in Western Canada, plus logistics and manufacturing. That mix is less glamorous than a downtown oil tower, but it's far more recession resistant. When energy prices crash, and in Alberta they always eventually do, Edmonton's government, health, and education base keeps this city steadier. And unemployment right now is essentially a tie. Both cities sit just under 7%, with Edmonton a hair lower. So round 2 is genuinely split. Calgary takes the paycheck and the head offices. Edmonton takes stability and diversification. If you want the higher ceiling, lean Calgary. If you want the steadier floor, lean Edmonton. I'll call it a draw, and I mean that. Quick aside, if this comparison is happening because you're actually weighing a move to the Edmonton region, I put together a Greater Edmonton relocation guide, which areas and communities suit families, first-time buyers, and commuters, what your budget really gets you here, and how to land softly if you're coming from out of province. Just drop the word move in the comments below, or reach me through any of the contact options in the description, text, email, or call, and I'll send it over to you. Helping people land in the right spot is the part I genuinely enjoy. Round 3, lifestyle and amenities. And Edmonton has a trump card here that genuinely surprises people. The River Valley. Edmonton's North Saskatchewan River Valley is the largest stretch of connected urban parkland in North America, roughly 7,300 hectares of it, about 22 times the size of New York Central Park, woven right through the middle of the city, with 106 kilometers of trails. You can mountain bike, ski, hike, or paddle without ever leaving town. No other major Canadian city has anything like it at that scale and connectedness. That's a decisive Edmonton win. On top of that, Edmonton is Canada's festival city. 50 plus festivals a year, including the Fringe, the second largest fringe theater festival in the world. We've got West Edmonton Mall, still the largest mall in North America, and Rogers Place, home of the Oilers, is one of the newest, best arenas in the league. It pulls in concerts and events Calgary's older building can't. But, and here's Calgary's big one, mountains. This is Calgary's single best card, and it's a strong one. Calgary to Banff is about an hour and a half. Edmonton to Jasper is closer to 3.5 hours. If your dream is skiing on a Saturday and being home for dinner, Calgary wins that decisively, no argument. And the Stampede is a genuine cultural institution. We'll come back to Calgary's bigger transit and airport in round 5. That's its own category. So I'll be fair, if mountain access is the center of your life, that one factor might outweigh everything else. And you should probably choose Calgary. But for everyday lifestyle, the parkland you actually use every week, the festivals, the family stuff, Edmonton takes round 3. Round 4, weather. And I'll be honest again, this round leans Calgary. Calgary's secret weapon is the Chinook, a warm, dry wind off the Rockies that can lift a Calgary winter day from -15 to +5 in a matter of hours. Edmonton's too far north to get the full effect, so our snow sits longer and our winters feel more consistently cold. Calgary also edges Edmonton on the sunshine. Both cities are among the sunniest in Canada, but Calgary gets a little more and it sees less total precipitation. On the raw winter comfort scorecard, Calgary wins. Edmonton's one weather win is the summer daylight. We're further north, so our summer days are noticeably longer. That golden 10 p.m. light in June and July is a real Edmonton thing. And after a long winter, people here live for it. Summer high temperatures, by the way, are basically identical in both cities. Low to mid 20s, sometimes getting into the 30s. Here's my builder's tip, and it applies in both cities. In this climate, the single biggest factor in whether your winter is comfortable isn't the city. It's how well your home is built and sealed. A tight, modern build is comfortable at -30. A leaky old one sometimes isn't, in either city. That's something you can actually check before you buy, and it's exactly what I look at on a walkthrough. But on the weather round itself, Calgary takes it. Round 5, getting around and getting out of town. This one goes to Calgary, and if you commute by transit or you fly a lot, it genuinely matters. Calgary C-Train is the bigger rail system, around 60 kilometers of track to Edmonton's roughly 37 kilometers, with a free ride zone right through downtown. If living a bit more car light is the goal, Calgary makes that easier today. And then there's the airport. Calgary International handled about 19 million travelers last year, more than double Edmonton's 8 million. With more direct international routes, if you fly often for work or to see family or vacation, that's a real recurring convenience. More non-stops, fewer connections. So round 5, Calgary, fairly. The honest flip side for Edmonton, a smaller airport is a calmer airport. And Edmonton's LRT is still expanding as the Valley Line build-out comes online. But head-to-head today, Calgary has the edge on getting around and getting away. One honest aside before I tally this up, because it's the kind of thing a builder notices, both of these cities are growing fast, and both are working through the growing pains that come with it. Calgary's been dealing with the major water main reliability project, reinforcing and now replacing a critical feeder line, and its big green line transit expansion is still years away from running downtown. Edmonton's no different. Our Valley Line LRT expansion has run late, and it's still tearing up roads this year. I'm not scoring this one for either side because nobody here gets to feel smug about it. Here's the builder's takeaway that actually helps you. In a fast-growing region, the thing that protects you isn't picking the perfect city, it's checking the bones of the specific home and the specific neighborhood you're buying into. That's exactly the part I can help with on a walkthrough. So let's tally it up honestly. Edmonton takes housing and cost of living decisively. Edmonton takes everyday lifestyle on the strength of that river valley and the festivals. Jobs and the economy is a genuine split. And Calgary takes the weather and getting around. Fair and square. Plus the income edge and the mountains. And I'll be straight on one more thing the comparisons always raise. Calgary does rate lower on crime measures. In most family neighborhoods, here the day-to-day feel is calmer than that suggests, but it's fair to know going in. So who should actually pick which? Here's my straight answer. If your top priority is mountain access, a higher corporate paycheck, or the easiest air travel in a bigger transit network, choose Calgary. And you'll be happy. I mean that. But if what you want is to actually own a home without stretching yourself to the breaking point, to get more house or a brand new build for $100,000 plus less, to have North America's best urban parkland out your back door, and a steadier, more recession-resistant local economy underneath it all, that's Edmonton. For most families and most first-time buyers I talk to, the everyday math points here. Not because Calgary's bad, it's a great city, but because Edmonton quietly gives you more life for your money. And I'd rather you choose it with your eyes open than be sold on it. If you're weighing a move to the Edmonton-region the next 6 to 12 months or sooner, and want a real, no-pressure conversation about whether it's the right fit and how to buy here well, text, email, or call. All my contact information is in the description. And don't forget to drop MOVE in the comments if you want the Greater Edmonton relocation guide. And if this honest breakdown was useful, like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We drop new videos every week. See you soon.